Oof. This is an awkward hand. Yeah, I think 3 black spells with a bunch of non-black mana is probably unacceptable. Yeah. Yeah, I think we gotta. Unfortunately, we gotta mull that. Okay, this hand's fine. We don't have a white mana for Horde Chief yet, which could be a problem, but at least our opponent had to mull too. I guess that's. At least we're on, even footing. And I guess if we're on the draw, I don't mind so much. If we can get a white mana, we're in good shape. Hey. Well, there you go. So. Playing against Abzan, I must presume. No plays. All right. Russia battle. Yeah, eventually. Trying to build towards that Russia battle. Ooh, Bloodstained Mire. I would have liked that. Oh, 4-color. Very interesting. Smoldering Efreet. All right, I will trade Typhoid Rats for that if it makes him lose some life. It also makes our Scavenger cheaper, so I would say worth it. I'm actually surprised he didn't want to make that trade. All right, so we get a Horde Chief and pass now. So we're going to need some 1 to 3 mana draws here, of which we have quite a few, by the way. We still have like, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 11 draws we can currently play. He's attacking in. Well, certainly blocking there. Combat trick away, my friend. So, Barrage of Boulders. That's got to be my assumption here. Which is going to be good, but then we're going to play Well, I guess we can't quite play Sultai Scavenger, but if he does Barrage of Boulders, it's honestly not that big of a deal. It's a 2-for-1, 2-for-2 really. Okay. A better card than Barrage of Boulders in my opinion. Land would have been amazing there since it would have let us play the Scavenger, but it's okay. Unfortunately, we got one of the spells I really didn't want to get right now. We back-to-back drew our most expensive spells, so kind of unfortunate, but we're running 17 lands and currently getting punished for it, so no real surprise here. All right, Bonkin is at least a card I can play. Oh, no. Well, I'm not going to play around a combat trick, so at least we'll be able to play our Scavenger once he combat tricks us down here. It's probably Dragon Scale Boon, which is really unfortunate. Honors Reward. Well, not what I thought it was, but still pretty awfully, horribly, infestably, terribly bad for us. Land. All right. Was a land. We're going to drop our Scavenger. Now we're at least a land away from Reach of Shadows, so we have the answer to the Battle Priest, but each turn we don't answer that is going to be bad. Hmm. Definitely wanted to land there. That was probably the worst draw we could have gotten, unfortunately. So, not the worst draw, I guess. I shouldn't say the worst draw, but it is truly unfortunate we couldn't get one of our 3-2-1 drops. Or a land. 3-2-1 drops and land are all we can do at this point. So, now I got to block Vault Breaker if he attacks. Wish I had Kill Shot. Wish I had a lot of stuff, actually. Wish I could play a spell here. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. See if we can't get a land, please. There it is. So Choices now. I guess we have to kill Battle Priest first because it's dealing more damage, but Dagatar is going to be able to move stuff, but he doesn't have the resources for that, so let's not let him untap. I think that thank you. Appreciate that. Let's, I mean, I could do Fierce Invocation. If he had a removal spell, he probably would have played it on the Sultai Scavenger, but he can move tokens around now, so I do have to kill that thing. I think we do Pyrotechnics instead of the Reach of Shadows. The reason being Reach of Shadows deals with more things, and even though Pyrotechnics can burn face, I think taking that out now is probably the wisest. Unfortunately, we're just not in a good place. We took too long to get that 5th land, so, and we just really didn't see much of our early game. I guess we saw a decent amount of it, but this is rapidly looking like a bad match, unfortunately. Yeah, not what I wanted to see at all in any way, shape, or form, but he did in fact have it, so can't do anything about that. Guess we just reach now, take out the doo-doo, move stuff around. Going to take more damage than I can afford to, which is really bad. Saw way too much of our top end this game, unfortunately. It's really costing us pretty badly here. So certainly got punished this game for 17 lands on the mulligan especially. Yep, so we're dead, unfortunately. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, looks like we competed pretty hard with this guy for picks, which is also unfortunate, but these things happen. So we're extremely dead and not a good way. Got our face stepped on, unfortunately, this game. So hopefully game 2 we can draw better. Our opponent also mulled, though, which is a pretty bad sign. If we get whooped that bad when our opponent... I don't get it. Okay. So we're still dead. But we know about another card now, I guess. Okay. So that was bad. That was real bad. Let's see here. What can I do against bad things? I don't know. Draw more stuff. Draw more lands. Play spells faster. Stuff like that. That sound about right? Makes sense to me. He had Arc Lightning, so maybe High Priest is okay, but I don't really like it all that much. I think we just play again and draw better. How about that? How does that sound to you guys? That's the game plan I typically like to employ. Draw better. Alright, so all white, certainly awkward, but we have the Scroll to Master, so I'm willing to indulge and try this hand out. I mean, yes, we have to draw both a black and a red mana to even be able to play a good amount of our spells or give this Death Touch, but I'm intrigued. Okay. Yeesh. Black mana, please. There you go. Well, at least you can't Arc Lightning blow out us anymore. So now we have Feet plus Scroll to Masters, which is actually pretty reasonable. See if he blocks. No blocks. So we'll get our damage in. We'll play the Mystics and see what he's got on that. Could have Arc Lightning now, but I'm just not playing around it. So we can kill Hateblade and Mystics, which would be a big deal, but like I said, I'm not playing around it. Alright, Expert. It's manageable. Not really what I'm looking for, unfortunately, but it's okay. So let's... Guess we're still swinging for the fences. I could leave the Hateblade back, but I'm not going to. Huh. Well, let's see if this works out. Could have Feat of Resistance here, but we'll find out, I guess. Did have Feat of Resistance. Targeting is Kieran, so neither of our guys are going to get lost, but we're going to be able to at least... So he also had a Feat of Resistance, but he also has about 2 bajillion more cards than we do. Approximately 1,000 bajillion more cards than we do, so... yeah, I guess this isn't going to work out, unfortunately, as well as I would have liked. I can't save my guy, so... Alright, not doing as good as I would have liked there, unfortunately, but things happen. Yep, it's a big deal. The Scroll of Masters wouldn't have been able to save him anyway, but now we're behind on both board and hand, which is just never where you want to be at all. Never at all. So can't do anything really too much with that, but I guess we'll get in for 2. Maybe I want to play around Arc Lightning, but I can't. I feel like if he had it, he would have used it. I just need to deal damage. Yeah, it's a problem. So if I don't attack with my morph, I think the problem is he knows I can't attack with it. I need him to think it's like a Bondkin or something. I need to confidently attack with it. Well, really wish I could unmorph this. Not getting the red mana. Yeah, our mana base punished us pretty hard, unfortunately. Guess we just rush a battle now, get the Scroll of the Masters thing, which I can't even use awkwardly. Taking it. Also awkward. Only awkward, I guess, because, well, now I just need a Mountain and Pyrotechnics to win. Alright, Smoldering Efreet. So there goes our Hateblade. So we're taking 7, which is certainly more damage than I would like to take right now. Well, that's good. So swing, see how he blocks. He's got another he's got the removal and response, or what do we got? No? Alright, well, that's working. Can't do nothing about that. Red mana, please. Nope. I would have also settled for creatures that I could play, since I have the Scroll of the Masters. There you go. It's actually one of the better draws we could have gotten. Especially since he's already played the Arc Lightning. Alright. Man, I wish I could play that. I think we get in. We have lethal. We don't even have to use Scroll of the Masters. If he trades too much damage. Alright. Well, stole a game there without ever finding a red mana, which it wasn't coming for like 8 more turns. That was pretty bad. So, yes. Despite our mana base not working out that well, you got to admit, Scroll of the Masters played actually pretty masterfully, if I will use an LSV joke there. But yes, I currently do not like our deck all that much. It is not playing as well as I would have liked. Even though we won that game, it's not coming together as nicely as I would have liked. But thankfully, the Scroll of the Masters did actually do some work for us, so that's nice. I really don't think I've got much of a sideboard. I mean, I could do the Sage-Eye Harrier, which actually blocks his Alabaster Kieran reasonably well, but not really feeling it. Let's just try again. Get all our manas. All right, we're keeping it. No red mana again, but we have the turn 2 Scroll of the Masters, or more likely turn 2 Cleric into Scroll of the Masters. Potential Douse and Gloom at some point. And actually, yeah, the Cleric is pretty awesome here. Opponent mulled to 6, has a 1-drop. That's a good beater, but the Cleric should help with any of those issues we have. Alright, no 2-drop. Alright, land is in fact quite good. Alright, so now I can actually attack, see if he blocks with the morph. If he doesn't, I get Horde Chief. If he does, I get Hooded Assassin. So both of my options here are quite good. Kind of feel like he's going to be motivated to block with the morph too. Not though. Alright, so we'll do Horde Chief. Still kind of playing around Arc Lightning to a certain extent too, which is nice. Alright. Well, I can Douse and Gloom that or the morph. Morph is likely a Bondkin. At least only likely because I've seen it already, but I kind of want to swing here with Horde Chief and a Warrior. And you might be wondering why I'd want to swing at the Warrior, but it's because Hooded Assassin, like depending on how he blocks, it could pan out really nicely for us. Taking it all. Interesting. I can Douse and Gloom in response to Outlast. Right? Kind of want to wait a turn on the... I can actually... This is interesting. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. So I can Hooded Assassin here, just get a 2/3. That lets me double block a Bondkin. I can Douse and Gloom his Battle Priest now, or in response to the Outlast at the very least. That might be best, but he has Feat of Resistance in his deck too. And he's got the bolster thing. That is interesting. I think we're going to Douse the Battle Priest now. I don't want him to protect it. And as much as I want my Scroll to Masters to do some work for us here, I think it's just the safest play. I mean, the nice thing about Hooded Assassin is I might eventually be able to kill his Bondkin if he ever has to get defensive with it. I just don't want him to untap. If he protects his Battle Priest, I'm in pretty bad shape. That's too much life gain. So he's got Bondkin unmorph mana, so I'm not going to block it. But hopefully he wants to leave it back on defense. And then Hooded Assassin might work better for us. He is keeping it back on defense. Okay. Ooh. Spell I can't play. Let's do Scroll. Let's swing with Horde Chief and Warrior. Could be a pony back, but we'll find out. Feel like it's still likely a Bondkin, but no, it was a pony back, so that's unfortunate. Shouldn't he just... Oh, I see. Yeah, he should block here and here. He's not even... Well, he should have done that on the token, but that's okay. So now, do I want the Hooded Assassin? Sort of. But I don't even get to... Kind of want to wait on it now, I guess, but... Could just play it as a 2/3. Yeah, I guess. Let's rush a battle in the deck. He's got Bring Low and stuff in his deck, but whatever. So, once again, missing the red, which is not good. But these things happen. Man, I would have loved that Bloodstained Mire. I was definitely hoping this was a Bonkin. Okay. Red, please. Another spell I can't play. Well, that's problematic. So, could swing with some 2/3s. He could double block. But I think I'm going for it. I mean, at the very least, it makes my... I guess he could have Feet of Resistance or something. Huh. Yeah, I was going to say. That block makes more sense. All right. Take out the pony back. At least I guess we're a mana from right of the Serpent in case he gets a big fat fatty I need to deal with. He can gain life pretty easily now with the Woe Reaper, though, when he starts actually playing creatures. All right. Fortunately, cannot do anything about that. One card left in our opponent's hand. This has overall been a pretty ugly match in general. I feel like both of our decks have been underperformers. And I just have having the hardest time in the world finding one of our 4 red sources. All right. Kieran's going to be a problem. So he can just sack the Woe Reaper instead, I see. Can I pump his creature? You control. Why wouldn't it let me pump my opponent's creatures? All right. I think we're going to take some Alabaster Kieran hits for a little while, just in case there's a bigger creature I need to deal with. He also has like the bolster thing, so. I can afford to take 2 damage for a little bit. Not a long time, though. Alright, well, just found a much better Rite of the Serpent target, so there is that. Unfortunately, he can move a token, which is going to be a big deal, but not if I find a red mana. You know, the bane of my existence. Finding a red mana in this deck. Alright, so we'll kill Dagatar. He gets to move a counter to Alabaster Kieran. Maybe someday we find a red mana. We get to play Crackling Doom to take care of it. Huh, that's interesting. Didn't want to put all his eggs in one basket. Alright, I can appreciate that. Guess at least we have a snake. And we can double block the Woe Reaper if it comes down to it. So, not that bad. Yep, that seems like a really difficult card to beat. Yep, worst mana I could have asked for. Not good. And not doing anything. All right, got it. So, pretty disappointed in what my deck's been doing this match, but our opponent's deck is, I would say, 3 to 4 times better than our deck. 3 to 4 times at least better than our deck. So, can't say I'm terribly surprised that we're getting our face stepped on, but it'd be nice to get a red mana one of these days. Nope. Deck's like, nope, you're not going to get that. Sorry. I refuse to give you any cards of substance besides lands you don't need. And I say, okay, and accept. Yep, more damage than I can afford to take. Getting beat down in horrific fashion. Not finding red mana, much to my chagrin. Rush of Battle. All right, so I do that. I gain no life. Is it at least threaten lethal? 3, 8, 11, 13. Not even lethal. How embarrassing. I can't even really afford to attack here. Even if I were to rush a battle, I can only swing with one thing. He can crack back with everything. I have to take the flyers. I think we're just dead. I can't do anything. I just can't draw red mana for the life of me. Yeah, so like I said, I can attack for 13, including the Scroll of the Masters, after getting the trigger from Rush of Battle. And that's still absolutely not lethal. We gain 0 life. Which sucks, because gaining life here would be really nice. I guess we just lose. I don't know what else to do. I can't even... Yeah. I can't even comfortably... The sad thing is I can't even comfortably attack with the Bondkin. Nor even Outlast. Because if I Outlast, he can crack in with everything. And then I have to chump with the snake and I guess eat a goblin. Well, maybe that's not that bad. No, because I have Scroll of Masters. All right. I'd be hard-pressed to come up with a way he loses this. All right. Well, pretty disappointing loss. Certainly disappointed with how our deck performed. What do you say? Let's say the bet here. $100. Mountain on the top. Yeah, of course. That is exactly what I was expecting. All right. I'll see you in round 2.